Hello, I'm Chylli from Channel Chylli, also known as Try, and we are back with more depersonalization. Get through our long loading screen there. And this time we're going on to Welcome to Tonson Town. After being put out of service for 8 years, the train to Arkham is finally back on track. Now that long-distance travel becomes once again viable, you plan to take a break somewhere far away. You can't help but think of the sunshine and beach as the train carries you to the destination. I made a new character off camera here. Primarily magic-based. I wanted to test it out, and soon we'll unlock a third character slot, so I thought it could be interesting. The woods and fields outside the window repeat as the train runs forward. Bored by their monotone, you take out the newspaper you brought at the station and look for some excitement. Headline: Constructor Express back on track after 8 years. The shuttle train between Cleveland and Arkham has resumed operation today, January 15th, 1928. The express was put out of operation in the last 8 years due to natural disasters and railway reconstruction. After the resumption, the train will operate on the same schedule route 8 years ago. 3 more observation cars and a panoramic view car exclusive to first-class passengers has been added to the train. According to the officials, the train can carry about 1,285 people at most to their destination every day. In addition, more security measures have been taken to ensure the safety of its passengers. The train is now said to be able to operate in hurricanes. It'll take a while before the train arrives at its last stop. Might as well move around a little. You'll be seeing your family within an hour. What's with the long face? My family has arranged a marriage for me while I was outside. Not that I wanted to get married in the first place, but when I first heard the news, I wasn't aware they were serious about it. Turns out they even have brought the tickets for me. And if they don't see their son at the wedding, they're gonna straight up disinherit me. A wedding? You're telling me that a girl, out of nowhere, loves you and wants to spend the rest of her life with you, and you're upset about it? Never thought you'd be a misogynist. Misogamist. It's not what you think, though I'd rather not talk about it. Never mind, I guess there's nothing to gain from keeping it a secret. You see, my fiancé, I mean that girl and we've been a pretty close relation since we were playmates, then I escaped from her. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't having a new flame outside or something. Hell, we even promised to walk down the aisle together back then. But something really creepy happened. And she wasn't that cute. amiable girl I had used to know anymore. She became hysterical, and the way she looked at me became something I'd rather not recall that face. Anyway, I decided to leave the town. The rest of you already knew. That you're afraid of the girl. But at the same time, you don't dare sever the tie. Right, her father was the boss of the local mob. And you know there's no way I'd mess with someone like that. So when I said then was I hoped to seek some opportunities in the big cities first so I could have more savings when we lived together. But you're now returning to your heritage, aren't you? That's not true. The truth is, I've been trapped in the same predicament all these years. I miss her. But I just can't figure out how I'd be able to stand in front of her and look at her, well, new face. I hate myself for being a coward. Don't say that, you're on the train back and that took a lot of courage, no? Still, it's time you make a decision for both you and the girl you loved. In 1920, following a train collision, 2 constructor trains were dispatched to meet the wartime transportation peak. The rear train crashed into the observation car at the end of the front train, which was making a brief stop at Rochester. 11 people were killed and 1 went missing during the accident. Names of the victims, around a dozen of them, are engraved below. The bustle recedes as people begin to run out of topics. You decide to take a break as well. As you loll in the sea with your eyes closed, light suddenly goes out and the echoes of the wheels rumble forces you to sit up. The train is passing through a dark tunnel. The heck? You hear the desperate cries amidst the growing rumbles of the railway beneath. It feels like the train has derailed, then suddenly then comes the sudden break. Unprepared, you're flung off your seat. Your body slammed into the wall. Everything turns dark before you can figure out what has happened. You feel your body gets up from the ground, dragging itself toward a yellow manor. Light flows into the manor through the gaps between its walls, and the house glows in a heartwarming way, like the lamp above the dinner table in your childhood memory. You push the door and walk in. The interior is as lavish as you can imagine. Antique portraits hang above the white wainscoting, and polished wooden furniture sits next to shelves filled with books by the walls. Even the remaining empty space is occupied by patterned lounge chairs, tables topped with tassel lamps, and a furnished patio. A furbished piano. I swear I'm fucking dyslexic or something. You see a figure in a ragged, motley robe drawing something at a long table in the middle of the room. As you approach them, you get to see more clearly the painting. They're drawing a glowing house just like the one you walked in. You feel baffled and terrified. You attempt to turn on your heels, but you find your legs stuck into the ground like trunks. You turn your eyes front at the robed figure who's now aware of their guest's arrival. It wasn't until they turn around that you see the petite body that belongs to a girl under the robe. The oversized clothing drapes from her head, revealing only her pale face. She looks at you with disbelief for a while, then reaches her shaking hand out at your direction. Just as her fingers are about to touch you, a sad, melancholy voice whispers a melody into your ears. You see her lips move, but her words are silenced. Colors flee from your vision. A fissure opens in the ground to pull you into the emptiness below. The girl wishes to take you by the arm, but she misses. Her weeping face draws back from you as you fall. Darkness. You're greeted by an unfamiliar ceiling. Lying in an unfamiliar bed with an unfamiliar window aside. The fragrance of those pale yellow tulips bears no resemblance to your memories. Filtered sunlight seeps through the window. It brings with it a chilling breeze, enveloping the room in a cloak of dreariness. Where am I? A delicate calendar with its pages adorned with serene paintings of flowers and butterflies. According to the calendar, it is now January of 1920. As the drawer slides open, your gaze is drawn to a candle and a box of matches. Meanwhile, you find a note aside. Welcome to this humble abode. Regrettably, preparations may not be entirely complete. And for any inconveniences this may cause, please accept my sincerest apologies. Rest assured, all blankets and pillows have been freshly laundered for your comfort. May your stay here be a sanctuary of rest, allowing you to refresh from your travels. Should you encounter any issues or require assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. To the west of the hotel, a dense white fog obscures the view, its expanse seemingly endless. Shifting your gaze to the north, a colossal white beast looms in the northern street. It stands before two opulent mansions, its imposing form resembling that of a vigilant guardian. What is that? A statue? A delightful aroma of well-cooked dishes wafts into your nose, drawing your attention. Smells like meat. Behind the counter stands a young woman, delicately preparing something in a pot. Drawing near, you catch sight of bandages peeking out from beneath her clothing, wrapped tightly around her shoulders. Excuse me, I can only recall something happening on a train. Did you save me? And, where exactly are we? The woman remains oblivious to your words, lost in her own world. You suddenly realize she hasn't responded to any noise you made when you came down. You begin to suspect she either struggles with hearing or battles the grip of dementia. With a sense of urgency, you try again. Excuse me. A guest. At last. I made a special stew for tonight. It's going to be delightful. It'll be served shortly. I'm certain you'll find it to your liking. Glancing into the pot, you recognize the concoction she's preparing, a chickpea stew. A safe recipe, it seems, with carrots, peas, potatoes, cabbages, and a mix of pork and beef. Yet what should be a comforting dish looks more like a scene from hell. You struggle to keep your composure, fighting the urge to retch. I don't think it's edible. The hotel owner is hoping you have a taste of the stew, you will. She sampled it herself during cooking. And she looks fine now. It can't hurt to give it a try, right? Upon your acceptance, the hotel owner carefully hands you a bowl. As you peer into it, an unsettling thickness greets you. Strange colors reflect on its surface in an almost unworldly manner. The slight tremble in her hands causes the sticky mass to ripple and pulse, resembling a net, an eye, a presence observing it through space and time. Regret begins to creep in, but the hopeful gaze of the owner makes it difficult to refuse. Closing your eyes, you force yourself to taste it. To your surprise, despite its hellish appearance, the stew is surprisingly palatable. The well-cooked pork and beef melts in your mouth, while the vegetables blend in an eerie harmony. The freshness of peas, the sweetness of carrots and potatoes, and the texture of cabbage. It's a strange yet oddly satisfying experience. Thank you, this is the best stew I've ever had. Does it suit your taste? Wonderful. It's getting late. Please feel free to rest here. You can use the room on the second floor. Thanks, but I still wonder where I am. Oh, I should mention, it's not a large room. The others are still under renovation. But I've cleaned it thoroughly. You won't find any traces of blood there. Her response doesn't quite address your question, and a shiver runs down your spine at the mention of blood. Before you can inquire further, the creak of the door interrupts. In steps an old man clad in a simple monk's robe. The old man seems surprised to see you here. Ah shit, I missed it. I eagerly anticipate your final ascension. His gaze shifts towards you. It's been some time since I've seen a fresh face here. He seems like an ordinary person. Perhaps I can glean some information from him. You recount your recent experiences to him. So you just arrived today? Yes, and that's all I know. Can you tell me something about this place? The old man hesitates momentarily. Very well, you can call me Mr. Tonson. I hold the position of mayor in this town. However, before I provide any answers, I must clarify something crucial. Have you ever attempted to leave the town? Can you navigate through the mist that shrouds this place? Please, excuse me. You hastily exit the hotel and endeavor to depart the town. Yet, regardless of your efforts, you find yourself inexplicably back at the entrance after traversing the mist. Mr. Tonson, what's really going on here? This place is a cage, my dear, a trap for everyone who stumbles upon it. No one can leave and nothing can change. Many have been driven to madness by this situation. But I am privy to the secrets of this place. I hold the key to the exit. If you're willing to help me, I'll be glad to offer my assistance. Once the task is done, you'll be free to leave. What kind of task? Something to benefit the locals. A murderer lurks among us, hiding in the shadows. I need you to find him. But fear not for your safety. Even if you meet an untimely demise, you will find yourself back where you started as if nothing happened. A fair trade, don't you think? You will have to risk anything. Mr. Tonson speaks with measured words and a grave countenance. He's just the air of a seasoned businessman about him. Though outwardly gentle and polite, there's an undercurrent of negotiation in his tone. At present, your interests align with his, giving him little reason to deceive you regarding the task. Yet a reward without risk often holds little value. Either he's downplaying the challenge, or his offer of assistance might not be as genuine as it seems. Mr. Tonson, I still need more basic information about this place. I don't even know where to find you when the task is complete. Don't worry, you can simply return to this hotel. I will seek you out here in the evening. And here's a piece of advice for your investigation. Avoid North Street. I have little patience for uninvited guests intruding into my mansion. As for other locations, feel free to explore. Most residents have been evacuated from town. Furthermore, I value intelligence. Those who ask fewer questions and seek more knowledge. Time holds no sway here, and you'll soon come to realize that soon. Okay, one last thing. I want to know more about the murderer. Impatience begins to flicker across Tonson's face. His name is Horn. As you converse, the man in black somersaults in through the window, his sapphire hair shimmering in the light. He regards Mr. Tonson with a dreadful expression or something. I didn't read that. What a pleasant surprise, old Tonson. It appears your watchdog, Ryan, is absent. A misfortune for you. Now, what manner of torment shall we indulge in tonight? Mr. Tonson begins to tremble upon seeing the man. He's Horn. Seize him, do something. I'll grant you leave once you've dealt with him. At this, the man's gaze shifts towards you. He grins and adjusts his hair. Well, what do we have here? Encountered a murderer as charming as I, have you? Look at you, too naive to trust an old fox like him. If he knew a way out, I'd have left this damn place long ago. Don't heed his words. I'm the mayor of this town, he's nothing but a mere murderer. Still wasting time with chatter, old Tonson? And don't even entertain the thought of fleeing like last time. With a swift movement, Horn charges towards Mr. Tonson, shattering his leg bones. Tonson collapses to the ground, writhing in agony, his hands clutching at his maimed legs. While Horn is torturing Mr. Tonson, he leaves his back to you. You're going to... While Horn is preoccupied with Mr. Tonson, you decide to intervene. Despite Horn's caution, he doesn't anticipate your swiftness. You knock him out, surprisingly both Horn and Mr. Tonson. To your astonishment, after dealing with Horn, Mr. Tonson raises to his feet, bloody but determined. Don't move, you're injured, it could be fatal. It doesn't matter, now is our chance. You took care of Horn. So I will grant you your leave as promised. But remember, you must accept what I'm about to do without question. Otherwise, you may end up like Mary. Alright? Mr. Tonson begins to chant a spell. You don't understand it, but soon a pair of malevolent eyes appears and he directs them toward you. A sense of dread washes over you, quickly escalating into soul-shaking fear. You're paralyzed, unable to control yourself. It feels like the deepest nightmare, trying to wake up but finding no escape. Eventually, you're trapped in that nightmare forever. Intense pain consumes your body, and your last shred of consciousness makes you realize you've been twisted into an inhuman being. Damn, okay, he fucking tricked us. Still trying to summon your pitiful monsters, Tonson? Horn draws his gun. 3 shots echo through the room, and Mr. Tonson lies motionless. Like a discarded puppet. Horn strides closer. Ended his own life again. Tedious. He then directs his attention to you. You there, you're far more intriguing. You're the first to arrive in this way since the loop began. Is there a connection between you and this cursed world? Tell me your little secrets, perhaps we're on the same side. I seriously have no idea, I just woke up inside this hotel. I have no knowledge of any connection you mentioned. As expected, Horn frowns, making no effort to conceal his displeasure. I would advise you to tell me the truth. but my current amusement is limited to that of an old man over there. I possess numerous methods to make you suffer far worse than death. One tries to threaten something out of you, something you really have no idea now. Suddenly, the scene from your dream flashes through your mind. The girl, the painting, the house, perhaps that's your connection to this town. With that in mind, you attempt to describe the dream to Horn. I knew you had something in mind. It reminds me of a family living on North Street. I'm quite certain the girl from your dream resides there. Then what are we waiting for? Let's head to North Street. To your surprise, Horn doesn't seem to agree with your plan. Speaking of North Street, remember that watchdog Ryan I mentioned earlier? He's there and he'll tear us to pieces if we go in unprepared. Besides, it's time for the next loop. Loop? Actually, I was thinking, what's the loop you were talking about? No time to waste, just listen. Come find me on South Street when you wake up. Oh right, you have no idea where it is. Just follow Mary, the hotel owner. She frequents South Street every day. And here's some advice, don't engage in chatter with just anyone here, cause... A strange melodic voice fills the air, the surroundings shatter like broken glass. You gaze upon that familiar ceiling, lying in a familiar bed with a familiar window beside you. The pale yellow tulips emit a fragrance you already know well. I'm back. So the loop thing is true. I should find Horn first. You close your eyes and listen intently. The only sound you detect is the wind rustling through scattered papers. It appears the window of this room is open. You discern no other noises. However, the scent of fresh paint permeates the air along with a faint hint of blood. This appears to be the hotel's temporary storage room, with ingredients piled up along the right side. The fresh meat of the shelf emanates a faint, lingering smell of blood. Adjacent to it, several flower pots stay quietly. The paint on the left has dried. Someone might be leaving the window open to prevent the smell of paint from contaminating the ingredients. I must have missed something. What could it be? It's not here. It didn't grow out. Seems like she's burdened by sadness. What is Mary doing here? A flower pot. You're unable to discern the type of plant within. The lid of the paint bucket near the ladder appears to be slightly askew. It appears there's something within the paint. You decide to retrieve it. A large basket with vegetables and fruits. Seems they were brought in from the market. You pick something you like and eat it. So it seems like we got a key there. We are robbing the shit out of her here. As you open the notebook, you notice traces of frequent usage. The starting page of the notebook says, I can't manage to start my hotel business here without the help of others, so I'm going to catalog their contributions here as a token of my gratitude. Then comes a long list of required supplies. Amidst them, the significant cost of leasing land stands out. Continuing through the note, a small line of text grabs your attention. In case I forgot, Ryan entrusted me with something temporarily, so I stored them in the second floor storage room. Just as you're about to close the notebook, you discover a drawing tucked inside. It depicts a happy birthday message accompanied by a cute smiling face. Inside the drawer, you discover an assortment of dressing items, souvenir cards, and old toys. Amidst the clutter, a lone key catches your eye. A tidy wardrobe reveals neatly arranged female clothing. Let me just double check the storage room really quickly. Alright, so it looks like we can go outside now. We've prepared some delicious dishes for tonight. You won't be disappointed. Please, come and join us. There he is knocking doors and giving flyers to the residents. In the end, she walks into a grocery store. The board has a line of words painted in white. Welcome to Tonson Town. Okay, so there's climb right there, but there's also something next to it. Oh, that's just to climb back over, so we're still good. You search through the grass carefully. Luckily, you find 2 lucky clovers. You see traces that the grass has been searched through, but when you try to find something, you discover nothing but gravel. A portrait hangs on the wall. I am so mad at myself for doing this. I always do this. I'm going to get back to that point really quickly here. Why do I always skip dialogue? I'm like stupid or something. At least it doesn't take very long to get back everything we lost here. Alright, we're finally back here again. A portrait hangs on the wall featuring an attractive lady dancing in a flower field. The edge of the frame is suspiciously tilted. You give it a press, and a piece of notepaper falls from behind the painting. I could never be the Nancy you love. I don't need your melodies. Nor do I need your gallant performance. I want to hear you talking to me. How long has it been since we shared a dance? An exquisite broadwood piano with straight pull strings. As your fingers jump from one idle key to another, you find yourself stepping on scattered letters. These are all return letters sent from Joe to Nancy. Judging from the dates on them, Joe had written to the girl several dozens of letters whose dates ranged from 1919 to 1920. Nancy was never stingy about his words of affection to her. My dear Nancy, why must your eyes shy away from me? Even the stars wink at me from time to time in the sky. My dear Nancy, you're the meaning of my life. You're my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. My dear Nancy, are you bedridden? My dear Nancy, I'm always here for you. We'll watch the stars together. Music symbols are written all over the sheets. A few of them are torn into pieces and some have blood on them. It takes you a while before you pick a recognizable sheet from the pile only to find the work unfinished. In a town where news is sparse, the newspaper is mostly filled with gossip and lighthearted jokes. However, today's issue is dominated by the account of the pharmacy robbery. On the afternoon of January 13th, 1920, a robbery occurred at 70th Street in Tonson Town. Prompt action from the police station led to the swift apprehension of the perpetrator man on South Street. Reportedly, the man broke into the pharmacy on East Street and absconded with a quantity of stored medicine. The witness staff recalls the man appearing agitated, pleading with him, "Please don't move, I don't want to do this. Sorry, but my family needs this." Judging from the attire, the perpetrator is a worker of the town's factory. There are newspapers with word puzzles, a lunchbox, and several coins in the drawer. Upon closer examination, you uncover a pocket pistol taped to the underside of the drawer. Seems the staff may have kept it there for their protection. That does not look like alcohol to me. A shelf for daily necessities. You find some detergents on it. Which would Nana prefer? I'm gonna take this one. She takes out several coins from the pocket and puts them on the counter. Okay, that's funny that you can just take money off the counter. The man with a vacant stare holds a handful of lottery tickets, keeps muttering. Where's the notice? Today is the day they'll announce the winner. The town's lottery rules are outlined with precision. fund the maintenance of public facilities, the town hall will conduct a monthly lottery featuring a base number of 5,000 tickets priced at $5 each. The prizes include one jackpot of $200,000, two second prizes of $50,000 each, and five third prizes of $20,000 each. Winners must claim their prize money within 5 workdays from the town hall's tax window. Only lottery tickets with paging seal will be considered valid. Aren't lotteries prohibited by law? This is a coin-operated lottery machine. Are you willing to spend $5 to purchase a ticket? They should have announced the winner by now. I got so many tickets, I'm sure I'll win the jackpot this time. I'm putting all my hopes on this. The announcement must be somewhere in town. Please help me find it. Hard to imagine how long the man has been waiting in desperation. I'll keep my eye out for it. I need to catch up with her. She puts the flyer on the board. Hope people can see it. Seems someone recently tried to set this place up. A slogan board is lying on the ground. It says, Sheriff Ryan, Protector of the Town. You can see the water pipes from the bottom of the fountain. Seems the water here is drawn from somewhere else. Besides, he managed to retrieve a key from here. The elder stares at the radio receiver. He seems to have ignored your words. Tonson Chemical Factory is hiring workers for 12-hour shifts with a daily fat salary of up to $1. You also see recruitment requirements for several consecutive government positions. For example, a male under 25 years old who is 165 centimeters tall and can play the violin. Kind of unique. Number 12 North Street is hiring a nanny with a high salary. Candidates with medical care experience are preferred. Roland O'Brien. Tonson Chemical Factory is hiring workers for 12-hour shifts with a daily salary of up to $1. They meals at hotel's grand opening. The flyer lists many dishes along with a thank you note from Mary. I would like to express my gratitude to you all. All dishes are free tonight. The latest police announcement, dated January 2nd, 1927, discloses the recent crimes committed by residents as well as progress of ongoing investigations. The wanted poster depicts a man with pocket marks on his face, glaring fiercely to one side. Born, male, unknown place of origin. On January 1st, 1927, a murder occurred on 13 North Street. The perpetrator identified himself as Horn. We hope that all residents could provide relevant clues. The government will give a reward of $100,000 to the informant who discovers the clues that assist to the perpetrator's arrest. Officer Ryan will be officially sworn in as the sheriff of our town. The inauguration ceremony will be held on January 15th, 1920. Local industrialist Tonson made a donation to bring radio equipment to the town and funded the first radio station. A batch of industrial explosives was lost in the factory warehouse. Missing persons notice pianist Pascal has disappeared recently. Seems Mary headed to the south. This is supposed to be South Street. Where's Mary? It looks like a slum. Shabby shelters made of weathered planks dot the place, and there are signs that people who have made fires for warmth. Thanks to the sewage nearby, the air smells awful and the dirty ditch expands its territory non-stop. In a moment of silence, Mary stares at the paintings on the wall, lost in a sea of cherished memories before returning her gaze. I can't help Nana waiting too long. You look at the wall adorned with various paintings, a cat, a rainbow, a whale, and stars. You're drawn to the carvings on the bedpost bearing the names of Mary and Nana. Mary's name stands much lower than Nana's, while Nana's name is marked at the height of 152 centimeters. What is this? As you rummage beneath the bed, a pink greeting card emerges, its contents penned in a naive hand. Happy birthday, Nana. Wishing you joy and happiness every day. I wish I could care for you as you did for me, but I'll stumble along the way. I will learn to be more mature. And in bold letters, Mary will always love Nana. Once there might have been flowers, but now they're withered, robbed of their vitality. Mary lowers her head, hugging herself tightly and sobbing quietly. Nana, were you so upset with me when you chose not to tell me what you think? I know it was you who could have left this place. But in the end, I was the only one chosen. The one who took your happiness away. If only you'd left before. You could have changed this place and it wouldn't have remained like this. She gently puts a cake into the ground. I see it now. I was wrong all along. True heart must have been through actions to be believed, and I messed up. I failed to bring happiness to everyone. I must try harder so everyone can see what I really mean and find happiness in what I do. Mary is gone. Did I get stood up by this horn? What's that noise? You hear something from the drain. A man in a raincoat climbs out of the drain. He takes off the raincoat and throws it away in disgust. Blue hair, black clothes, and a flippant face at his horn. Lucky for me, stumbling upon a sneaky shortcut to North Street. Now we can dodge Ryan. As soon as you get closer, the stench from his body smacks you in the face. You can't help but pinch your nose. What? Never met a sewer rat as chill as me before? He's practically immune to the stench. You fight the urge to bolt and start to chat. Don't tell me. We're going down there? Bingo! Time to wade through some lovely sewage muck. Or they'll heap up again. After you, for courtesy's sake. Get out of the next stench of the road. It's going to be etched into your memory forever. One dives you through the underground like a pro. You've brushed against more than your fair share of sticky, swampy, slippery stuff along the way. Good thing you snagged a waterproof raincoat from the garbage dump. When you and Horn come to North Street, you climb out of a cesspool. The instant you take in the fresh air, you ditch the filthy raincoat without a second thought. Now you're standing in front of a fancy mansion. I've never seen a mansion so grand. Hard to imagine Tonson the Stinker'd build a house then have someone else live in it. You recognize the girl in a wheelchair at the table. I think that's the same girl I saw in my dream. A little advice for you, don't touch anything here without having a closer look. You know what they say, the cake is a lie. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off for this video. Made a good amount of progress here. But anyway, I'll see you next time when we continue with more depersonalization. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!